In Paul Snyder's article, 2018 New York Marathon Entrance by the Numbers, he writes that the New York City Marathon had the most amount of participants this year. It had had more participants this year than any other year prior. The New York City Marathon is the world's largest marathon. So this actually says a lot about where running is as a sport today. I've been running for years, and when I originally started, I did it mostly for exercise. But now I feel like I use it mostly as a stress reliever, especially in school, and when I feel like times are hard, I know that I can run and just clear my mind and focus on the breeze and focus on my heart rate. And it actually is really meditative and beneficial for me. And tonight I'm just going to talk to you a little bit about why running is beneficial, what are some positive aspects of running, and why you should incorporate running routinely into your daily life. So, as humans, we all have needs, right? We all want to feel confident. We all want to feel like we look good. We all want to live long, healthy lives. Another thing that we want is we want to be able to progress as humans. We want to be able to learn. We want to be able to change. And we want to be able to meet our desires and, progress, like make progress in our lives. And running offers a really easy, cheap way of meeting these needs and creating desires for us, right? In her article, Run for Health, April D. Henning says that running actually helps cure Alzheimer's, stimulates new brain growth, relieves stress by boosting serotonin. Running also helps maintain a healthy body weight. It increases bone density and joint strength. And alongside of this, it gives us goals. We can run longer distances. We can start out running a mile, then maybe 2 miles, then a 5K, 10K, and then maybe a marathon. We can also try and beat our times. If we race, then we can try and get a better time than last time, or maybe we can run for longer time spans without getting tired or having to quit. So running actually, aside from being a proven stress reliever and, the obvious benefits of running and health, it's a great cardiovascular workout, it's great it's a great aerobic workout. And aside from all of these, which are great in their own, running is a way that we can kind of conjure desires and produce them within ourselves and then meet them. So all around, running is, absolutely wonderful way of meeting our needs as humans. However, there are some people that, don't really believe in running. They often say that, running is boring, or it's bad on the knees, or, maybe they think that they're just not fit enough to run, to begin running. And I will say that when I started, I kind of thought that running was boring as well. I thought it was the most adult thing that I did in my life. I was around 20, and, I consider myself still a youth, and, running was just this form of pure exercise that was unentertaining, and I just did it, because I felt like I had to. And, a lot of people kind of go through this position, where they start out running, and they're like, oh, I don't really like doing this, but I'm going to because I feel like I have to, because I want the health benefits of it. Where now, after I've been running so long, it gives you, I've seen myself progress and get better at it, and now if I go, a week without running, I feel it, I feel stressed out, around midterms and finals week, I need to go for a run. I can't get through a week without it. It's like, I run at least 3 times a week, usually about 5K or 3.1 miles, sometimes more. And it is, it's a way that I cope, it's a way that I get through the week. And it's a way that you could get through the week as well. It's very, very, it's not boring. One response to it being boring is that when you're running, you kind of experience the world around you more. Your heart's beating faster, you're sweating, and, when you're running outside, you feel the sun on your skin, and you feel the breeze so much more intense, and you can focus on the cicadas chirping if you're running in the evening in summer and stuff like that. So it's actually very not boring. It's really entertaining. And it takes some time to learn this. But on the idea that running is bad for your knees, this is a really common response to why one would not run. And in her article, Long Distance Running and Knee Osteoarthritis, Eliza F. Shikardi was, in her 2008 article, Long Distance Running and Knee Osteoarthritis, Eliza F. Chakravarty talks about the way that running and arthritis go together, and she did a lot of research on the subject, and it actually turns out that where most people think that running produces arthritis later on in life, it actually has no correlation, and in a lot of cases, running will actually help prevent arthritis by keeping you active and keeping you moving. In fact, in the article, in a 2012 article in Life Science magazine, Lauren Cox asks 5 medical experts, is running bad for your knees? And all of these experts kind of agree that the idea that running is bad for your knees is, sort of a myth. It's kind of, passed down in a lot of cases. I see it as an excuse to not run, and actually running isn't bad for your knees if you do it properly. In fact, running is just an amazing health benefit for you, and it helps in a lot of ways. It strengthens bones and joints, like I said, and it's not actually bad for your knees. In fact, it can be positive for it. And then another thing that people think when they think about running and how and why they don't want to do it, they think, oh, I'm not fit enough, or I can't run a little bit, so how could I possibly run a lot? And so one thing that I think about when I think about people not being fit enough or not feeling capable of running is I think about this runner who's inspired me as of lately, who actually, this runner is my mom, Penny is her name. She started running a little over a year ago at the age of 59. And so at the age of 59, she set a goal that she would run a 5K. And she had a friend who runs 5Ks all the time, and, they kind of trained together and talked about it. And, I was running, so we would talk about running together. And then last year at Thanksgiving, I had the privilege of running with her in her first turkey trot. And, she did it. She accomplished her goal. She ran the 5K. She continued running after this. And just last Thanksgiving, a year later, last Thanksgiving, she ran another turkey trot and beat her time. And so she's actually progressed, and honestly, I'm so proud of her, and I know she's proud of herself. And, running has done a lot of things for her. She is noticeably in better shape than she was. She used running initially to get over a plateau in her Weight Watchers program, and she's kept with it since, and even says that she enjoys it now. But more importantly, one thing for me and how I feel inspired by her is, at such a young or at such an old age, it's kind of intimidating to start running. It's kind of intimidating to run. It's kind of intimidating to start running at her age, I imagine. And, the fact that she's doing it, the fact that she's progressing, shows that she's capable of growing later on in life. And to me, that's just so beautiful and so much something that I aspire to. And, running has been this way for her to try something new and, develop a new hobby and change even as an adult, which I think is something that a lot of adults find really difficult. So running has really helped her. She's inspired me, and hopefully she can be an inspiration for you all as well. So, in this speech, I've covered a lot of the benefits of running, the psychological aspects, the physical aspects, and, how it relieves stress and also helps us meet our needs and create desires. You don't have to start running the New York City Marathon, as the famous Lao Tzu quote goes, the journey of 1,000 miles starts with a single step. You could run around the block, or maybe that'll change into 2 blocks, maybe 3, and then maybe a mile, maybe several miles, and keep going, keep running, keep compressing, keep running, keep progressing, beat your personal record. I really encourage you to incorporate running into your weekly routine, potentially your daily routine. I think it's been super beneficial for me and the people that I know who run, and I'd love for it to be a part of your daily life as well. My name is Randy Setzer. I appreciate your time. Thank you for listening.